What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we are still on the cruise, still on the boat, Royal Caribbean, and I just want to talk a little bit about an article that I saw. And this is interesting because this article was from the Motley Fool, and it talks about the forecasts. The Senior Citizens League looks like every month they're putting out a projection when it comes to COLA for 2025. And the headline here says the Social Security Cost of Living Adjustment, COLA, forecast for 2025 was just revised lower, but retirees may have a bigger problem. So I want to talk a little bit about this because what's interesting about this article and what's interesting about COLA in general is we know that we want inflation to go down. Everyone wants that. But when inflation goes down and continues to go down, that means the projection for COLA will also go down. And so we saw the last projection was about 2.7%. That was the Senior Citizens League. They put that out last month. This month they revised it. It's now 2.6%. And so that would be COLA for 2025. Now, what's important to note is July, August, and September. These are the 3 months that they're going to use to calculate COLA. So next month, that will be the first month that we'll see when it comes to that's the first month on record when it comes to the cost of living adjustment for 2025. So the projection right now is 2.6%. We'll have to see what happens in July. We'll see what inflation does in July and August and September. Now, the current pattern when it comes to inflation, it is dropping ever so slightly, but it continues to drop. And so the anticipation is it might even be, the cost of living adjustment might even be lower than 2.6% because inflation will probably drop a little bit in July, drop a little bit more in August, and then drop a little bit more in September. And so if that is the case, then we're looking at the projection for COLA to continue to decrease. Now, the good news is that inflation is going down. That's good. That's good news. The bad news is for people who are receiving the cost of living adjustment, it's probably not going to be very much. Less than $50 increase for most people if you look at the average. And so I know people want to see that 8.7% cost of living increase or the 5.9%. They want to see the cost of living adjustment up there. However, the only way we're going to see it up there is if we see inflation up there. And we don't want to go back to inflation at 9.1% like we saw in 2022, in June of 2022. We don't want to see that. And so right now, the focus is on getting inflation down as low as possible. They want to get it under 2%. The Federal Reserve wants it under 2%. And then they're going to start cutting interest rates, which will help a lot of people, especially if you're in the market to buy a new vehicle, in the market to buy a new house. These things matter. And so the Federal Reserve really wants to get inflation down. They want to continue to see inflation go down. And it's good for us as well because when we go to the grocery store and buy groceries and things like that, we want those prices to drop as well. Now, the CPI scores have been around 3%, 3.3%, 3.4%. They've been around that level. But when it comes to groceries, we're not seeing that same impact. And so hopefully we'll see prices of groceries continue to go down and stay down. But at this point, at the current point, we're seeing a lag here. We're seeing grocery chains still keep their prices relatively high. They're not dropping them as fast as they should, just looking at the rest of the market. But we live in a capitalist society, so companies are going to continue with their prices up there if we continue to buy them. As soon as we stop buying those products or slow down buying those products, that's when they're going to start making some adjustments. We saw this in the fast food industry. McDonald's and some of these other fast food chains have announced that they're going to have these Happy Meal specials and all this. We're going to drop the prices down. And the reason why they're doing that is they're getting pushback from their customers. Customers are saying, we're not going to pay this anymore. And so that's what it's going to need to take when it comes to dropping the price of food in grocery stores and things like that. But the good news is inflation continues to drop. The bad news is the cost of living adjustment might not be very much when it comes down to it for 2025. And so I just want to do this quick little video to give you guys an update when it comes to the cost of living adjustment and the projections. I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.